We've seen what's going on with UAW. We've seen what's going on with a number of former presidential candidates and obviously current ones. And obviously we will get into Cornel West shortly. So we are now going to play a quick video about what's been going on and what is being said by individuals who want to be leaders of the free world regarding what is happening with the UAW strike. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
To the striking workers, I support you in your goal of fair wages and greater stability, and I truly hope you get a fair deal for yourselves and your families. But if your union leaders will not demand that Crooked Joe repeal his electric vehicle mandate immediately, then it doesn't matter what hourly wage you get. It just doesn't make a damn bit of difference, because in 2 to 3 years, you will not have one job in this state. In other words, your current negotiations don't mean as much as you think. I mean, I watch you out there with the pickets, but I don't think you're picketing for the right thing. But if they endorse me, your leadership, you can tell them I said it, although I have a feeling they may be watching tonight. Hopefully your leaders at United Auto Workers will endorse Donald Trump.
Despite the fact that CEOs now make 400 times on what their average worker makes. Despite record-breaking corporate profits. Despite corporate America spending hundreds of billions on dividends and stock paybacks, the average American worker today is worse off than he or she was 50 years ago.
Because I can't stand greedy bosses. I can't stand profit-obsessed owners that treat workers as if they're less than human. I come from a rich tradition. I salute Brother Sean, his leadership, and I'm just hoping that we can follow through. We need solidarity, solidarity, solidarity. I know the president was here yesterday, and symbolic gestures, you know, they're empty if you don't follow through. He broke the back of railway worker strikes already. He's been rationalizing corporate greed for the last 35 years. So it's nice for him to come and to say some words and things, but we need more than pretty words. You got to follow through, because we talking about issues of life and death. We talking about issues of dignity, and we talking about issues of benefits and wages, because the workers have been ripped off.
Oh, that's so funny. I love that. It's like, does anybody really think that Biden showing up to a picket line for a photo op actually has any substantive meaning? And wait, no, but the people who have been sitting there singing his praises because there's been some improvements with the NLRB and there's been some different things that have been definitely supportive of union membership, which is a good thing. But that doesn't mean that they're pro-labor. And it doesn't mean that they're actually doing anything to help workers. It just means that they're in cahoots with the unions. And it's just interesting to me that he shows up for what, 12 minutes?
Listen, you know, we have friends in you know, independent media and even corporate media that are out there saying, oh, it's the first sitting president that's showing up and he's standing on the picket line and this is unprecedented. And all I'm thinking is, oh my God, what did he say? What did he do? He was there for 12 minutes. That is like, why even go? Like, why?
And the people think that's some sort of sign of something. I don't understand.
Yeah, well, show up at an event like that and said, listen, I'm going to make the big three. They're going to sit down with UAW and we're going to hammer this thing out. And if it takes all day and all night, then we're going to get it done. No,
but nobody would believe that. He has no honor or integrity. He's a strikebreaker. So why would we believe anything he says? He'll stand there and say whatever he says, and then he's going to go in cahoots with management anyway. So it doesn't matter what he says.
At a time where photo
I'm right, Margaret?
You're absolutely right. This is listen, Joe Biden was always one of the more conservative Democrats. That's who he was. That's why Obama chose him as a running mate, because Obama had this, it wasn't real, but he had this image as being very progressive. And to balance the ticket, they needed someone who was always a conservative. And so that's how Joe Biden ended up becoming his running mate. So, and that's how he's governed as president. There are things he could do without Congress that I think would have ensured his victory. Just legalize weed, for example. I mean, he could change, take marijuana off of the bad drug schedule, and that would win him votes. It wouldn't cost him anything. And you see what they have done with Ukraine. They'll change the rules to make sure money can go there. And it's like, oh, so you can make things happen if you really want to. But when it's anything that the people need, sorry, my hands are tied, mansion and cinema, or, the someone else. And now, oops, God, we lost the house. So sorry. So that's the situation that we're in now. And it's why, and nobody trusts him. No one's enthusiastic about Joe Biden. Even people who say to me, I want Biden to win. It's not about him. It's about having a Democrat instead of a Republican. It's about not having Trump. He doesn't have a real constituency. And there's, they are, backroom deal making to get everybody else out. In 2020, that worked then, but now he's the incumbent. And another thing that we have not mentioned, the fact that they've already said there aren't going to be any debates.
Right.
It doesn't matter who
Well, they're not having a primary. They're not having a primary. It's happening, but they're not having it. So the primary is happening, but they're not having a primary. It's hard to reconcile.
They're trying to push him through again. And this time, as we've said, I don't think it's going to work.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.